Hi everyone, this is a video for Aries Sun, Moon and Rising for October the 7th to October the 13th. This is just a general reading, so if it doesn't resonate, that's completely fine. Some weeks will resonate more than others. I do use astrological placements to inform the tarot, so hopefully it does resonate, but if not, you can just move on. So let's get going. So for October the 2nd, we had the solar eclipse, so hopefully you've gotten past that and are feeling okay. I know for some of you it might be dramatic, especially because it was in Libra, which is your sister sign Aries, and of course we also have the October 17th lunar eclipse in Aries coming up, so I think you're kind of like in this weird position between like relief and then also, oh, something's coming. So we have 5 of Cups in reverse, 5 of Wands, the 7 of Cups in reverse, Hanged Man in reverse, the Emperor in reverse, Queen of Cups, Ace of Cups in reverse, King of Swords in reverse, Page of Swords in reverse, the 4 of Cups, and the Hierophant in reverse. And I'm also going to pull an oracle card for the week that kind of gives us an overall view, and this is the Everyday Witch oracle, which I've never used before. So let's see what we've got, and we have cleansing body and spirit. Oh yes, definitely. Yeah, we're clearing out that energy from the solar eclipse. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so for some of you last week, you've had a bit of a tension between home and family, with relationships and work. You've just had a little bit of a sort of clash. That will probably continue this week because we do have the Sun in Libra squaring Mars in Cancer for Aries rising, and that can cause a lot of tension between the family unit and just generally sort of like parents, children, just a bit of a clash going on. So let's have a look at the tarot. Yeah, I think there's definitely a clash that you're having. It's not a major clash, so I wouldn't worry too much about it, but it's definitely like a butting of heads with a male figure in your life, either a relationship, or for some of you, this is like a parental figure that you, or some man that's meant to be responsible. So this could even be a manager who's just kind of being very my way or the highway and almost tyrannical. So we have the King of Swords in reverse with the Emperor in reverse. So this is like not leadership at all. This is like someone who's being really immature and is meant to be responsible, but is like being just kind of bratty almost, you know. The King of Swords in reverse is like, I'm gonna be almost playful, like I don't give a shit, like, oh, sorry, I don't care. I don't care. It's like the Emperor in reverse as well. I don't like the Emperor in reverse because to me this is like super dictator like energy. This is like, you're going to do what I say, and if you don't, then I'm going to punish you type of energy. It's just like really, it's not, it's just it's I can see why there's tension here. So there's an immature energy here with a male figure in your life, and I think that could cause a lot of exhaustion for you with this 4 of Cups. And we also have the 5 of Wands, which suggests conflict too. So yeah, I think this conflict between this man in your life, for some of you, this is definitely a relationship because we have this Ace of Cups in reverse too. And this 4 of Cups together, it's like, I'm so tired and I just can't be bothered. And it might be that the tension gets resolved, you know, like it's like this cup is coming out and it's like, hey, you know, I'm going to give you this. And you're like, I'm so tired, I just don't care anymore. Like, I don't want anything from you. Just leave me alone. So there would be conflict this week that may tire you or exhaust you, and it's to do with like a man in your life that's really just sticking his heels in the ground, being super immature, bratty, and you're just like, this is unattractive, quite frankly. You're coming across super well though, this Queen of Cups energy, you know, you're like, hey, I'm warm and I've got this beautiful energy about me. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to be loving either way. And I think almost as a cautionary, you kind of like don't want to bite the bait almost. It's like, with this guy, it's like, don't get riled up. Like, he's trying to rile you up. That's the point. He's trying to be immature and rile you up. Whereas this Queen of Cups is like, you know what, I'm going to be like this beautiful balance. I'm not going to be too needy. I'm not going to be too detached. I'm just going to come at this in a logical way and just give you all my you know, all my emotion, but in the way that is not too, it's not too needy, you know. It's like, I'm going to be the mature one here, give you my emotion. I'm not going to detach, but at the same time, I'm not going to bite the bait and feed into it. So I quite like the energy together as well. This Ace of Cups in reverse is interesting as well because it's kind of like a stunting of growth. It's like you can't really go anywhere with this person when they're being like this. So it's kind of like, what do I do? Of course you're exhausted. Nothing's happening. It's like, I'm fed up. I just want something to happen. And it makes a lot of sense with the eclipses and some of the astrology this week, which is like, you know, quite intense. I think you've been a bit of a go-getter with Jupiter and Gemini since May, and now it's going to go retrograde on the 9th. So that's interesting because I'll say go retrograde. People don't like it when people say go or in retrograde. Stations retrograde, I should say. It gives you more of a go-getter energy. So you might be feeling really exhausted from the situation, but in other areas of your life, you want to get going and keep moving. But you're like, well, I don't feel motivated to do other things because this thing in my life is not going anywhere. We also have Five of Cups in reverse, which is actually quite good. This is passionate and nice. So again, this is what I'm thinking about this being a relationship. But again, for some of you, it is a family member. But for some of you, you're like kind of just wanting to rest and relax. And you're like, I do feel there's something here, but oh my God, are they being really immature about it? Seven of Cups in reverse with the Hanged Man. This is interesting. This is like, again, very much a tug of war with decision making and like, should we do this or should we not? Or for you, it's like, should I close the door or should I keep it going? Like, this immaturity is just frankly so annoying. And again, that can be for relationships or can be for parents, because for some of us it's like, I'm going to shut the door on a sibling or a parent, and that can be a very real thing. Again, I don't think it's too dramatic that you're ending something or relationship here. I think you're just having a conflict or a butting of heads. So Seven of Cups in reverse, I think this is you getting very real about the situation as well. Like, you're kind of seeing things for what they are. It's almost like you're seeing the red flags kind of quite consistently now. And then this Hanged Man in reverse, it's like, yeah, you're almost ready to be on your feet. And again, there's just a sense of clarity here. Like, it's almost like this is meant to happen. This conflict is good because now you can see the true colors. Like, their true colors are shining and showing, and you're like, yeah, it's a bit gross, to be honest. I don't like it too much. So there's definitely a little bit of a conflict here. The Hierophant in reverse. Yeah, I think there's also just a sense of like instability with your beliefs and what you want around this situation in particular. It's like both of your beliefs don't fit. Like, there's an immaturity or a conflict because you want one thing and they want another, and you're both so concrete on it. Like I said, like, you're coming out from more of a logical, okay, I'm trying to have critical thinking skills, and they're coming from a, no, this is my way or the highway, you believe in what I believe in, and if you don't, then get out. It's a bratty energy. It's super, super immature. So there's a real sort of like conflict here this week. And interestingly, the card Cleansing Body and Spirit, I think you definitely need this, and it makes so much sense with this Four of Cups, which is all about just being tired. It's like the weary traveler. It's like, I've been going on and on and on, and I just need to relax and find some time for myself. So I think this situation may lead you wanting time for yourself, and I think that kind of makes a lot of sense as well, because this tension with relationships and with family, or even between relationships and family, because of that Mars in Cancer, which is so much the home and family, with Libra, which is the 7th house of relationships. So that clash together for Aries in particular, if you're Aries rising, it's so obvious. So for some of you, this is not just one or the other, it's a clash between two people. Again, butting heads of beliefs of family with relationship, you in a relationship, you and family, there's a whole mix here. So take what resonates with that situation. But either way, you've got to cleanse from this situation, and you need to take some time to just sit back and relax and breathe. Like me, I should breathe. I talk too fast. I realise I talk too fast. I'm like, oh, breath. I can't help it. I need to like pace myself. I need one of those things that like, and I pace myself. But you can slow me down on YouTube, I'm sure, if you're like, hey, she talks way too much. So yeah, there's a cleansing of the body and spirit here. And you definitely want that concrete clarity, but it's like it is a bit chaotic, to be honest, this week. And you're like, for God's sake, what's going on? It's weird because I feel like this is like an ongoing thing. I think for like the start of the week specifically, especially the 7th to the 9th, you're going to have the issue of like, yeah, family members and issues, it's all fine. And then it gets a little bit like heats up again and you're like, oh, you know what I mean? I really thought it was over. It's kind of that 4 o'clock. I thought it was over. I thought I could rest, and then it goes back again. So that energy comes through quite a lot. So, Aries, that was your video for this week. I hope it resonated, and if it does, then leave a little like on the video. That would be great. And if you did enjoy it, please come back for the reading next week. Bye!